idioms to do with expressing emotions. Some of these you might know. Some of these might be new. We're going to look at ways to use them and probably do some new idioms for you as well. Okay, so see there are some people in the Zoom room, so I'm going to let you in. Welcome Abai, welcome Santosh, Raji, welcome back, Gurudas, Jonathan, Sean. So for those of you that have joined before, welcome back. For those of you that are new, welcome to your first time. Hi Abai, how are you?
Good evening, teacher. How are you, teacher?
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Great. It's okay. Lots of people joining.
How are you, teacher?
I'm great. Santosh.
My name is Santosh.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Santosh.
Yoshi. And
Good evening, ma'am.
good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Welcome back, Rupa and Raji. Welcome back, Abai. Thank you for joining, and Jonathan.
It's nice. It's always
Good evening, ma'am.
nice feeling, ma'am, to see you.
Oh, it's always nice to hear from all of you too.
You look lovely, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How's the day?
Yeah, it's a lovely sunny day here. How was school today?
It's a cold, cloudy day here.
Okay. And how is your cat doing?
Yeah, my cat is doing well. It's been eating all the medicines I gave it. So now it's good.
Okay, very good.
He's
Hi,
eating
ma'am.
well.
How are you?
Hi, who's that?
Girija.
Oh, hi, Grija. Welcome back. How are you? How are
Hey,
you doing?
Girija. Hi. I was
Hi,
missing
Raji.
you.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good.
Hi, Raji.
Yeah.
Hi, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm good.
Now,
How are you doing?
now it is
Yeah, I'm
normal.
good.
No, we are into normal days right now.
Yeah. Ma'am, thanks.
we don't
Last time you gave us opportunity to speak. So we had discussion around 10 or 15 minutes, ma'am, I guess.
Okay, excellent. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's really useful for you. I'm glad that I'm able to do that. I think it's great. So what did you chat about?
Normal discussion, ma'am.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're getting to know each other. That really makes me happy.
Yeah, we got the chance, ma'am, because the more we practice, the more we learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
yeah, and we will come to know about our mistakes because while solving, we don't feel anything like the answer. Most of the time, the answers are correct, but main problem we face during speaking. While speaking, we face the actual problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially with other learners, it's useful because if they've learned a new word, they will understand how to explain it to you, how they learned it, any tips. They understand what you're going through as a learner. So talking to other learners is really, really useful.
Even I'm so sorry, ma'am. Even I took too much time in the session last time because I thought you were not there. So I started talking in the session with other members.
No problem. I'm glad for people to talk. I think it's useful for other people to listen to as well sometimes. And I'm glad that you're getting that talking time because that talking time is really important.
Yes.
So no problem. I'm glad for you to all chat as much as possible. I want you all to get involved. It makes me happy when you're all happy to talk and not too shy to do that because it can be.
That's so kind of you, ma'am.
No, it's what language classes are about. They're about talking and practicing.
Ma'am, you are a very positive person, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are the exception here, ma'am. You are giving us too much opportunity to talk.
Yes, Raji, you are right. Ma'am is totally exceptional. Really, ma'am, you are.
That's why
so
it makes you very exceptional, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, I think it's from my own experience of doing languages. I think the teachers that I prefer are always the ones who encourage.
Ma'am, your voice is so polite, ma'am. That's why we just heard your voice is so sweet type voice, ma'am.
And easily we feel connected with ma'am, right?
Yes. Some positivity is coming from ma'am. It's very
positive vibes. You can
positive
vibes.
Yes.
Thank you. That's very nice to hear.
Everybody adores you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think I remember when I first was starting to do the webinars, I was very nervous to do them live to so many people. I'm used to doing smaller groups, so to do it live was a bit nervous, but I'm so glad that people are enjoying them. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out what kind of lessons to do and things like that. But it's always lovely to get positive feedback, so thank you. So does anyone have any questions? Anything that they want to ask about?
What about your YouTube channel, ma'am?
Yes, I still need to do it. I'm working on it. It's a very slow
taking
process.
a long time, right?
It is. Yeah, I'm not doing too much every day. I'm doing a little bit every week. So I just don't have a lot of time at the moment. But this next week and the next week, I have a little bit more time. So I think I'm going to devote more
We will
time
be your subscriber, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. That'll be great.
Sure.
That will be a good start.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
If
think
you
that will help.
probably if you have a live chats and all, we will definitely will be there.
Yeah, I
sure.
have thought about it. If it's, I don't know if it's possible on YouTube to do that.
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
Okay. I'm
possible.
very behind.
A lot of teachers and other music channel. Nowadays, each and every sorry.
Nowadays, every people are on YouTube, so everybody used to watch.
Okay. I know that you can do live talks, but I don't know if you can have sort of interactive talks. But yeah, I will definitely want to do that. That's great if I can.
Yeah, YouTube has become now nowadays it's like WhatsApp now.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. I'm very behind on the times then, I think.
There is a hot or cold, man.
So yeah, pardon, Abe, do you have a question?
How are weather there?
It's lovely. You can see behind me. Well, actually, you can't, but it's sort of sunny. I don't know why it's always difficult at this time for you to tell because the sun's quite high in the sky. But yeah, it's lovely and sunny today. What about where you are, Abe? How is the weather where you are?
Here is a rainy weather, man.
Okay.
Today is rainy.
Okay. So is that good? Are you glad that it's raining?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, interesting. Great. So what about any other questions? We're going to do some idioms today. I know a lot of you really like idioms, so we're going to have a look at that.
Yes, of course.
So quite difficult idioms, but you might have heard about all these. These are idioms I haven't done a lot with students, so I'm interested to know how well known some of these are. I'm just going to quickly check through the chat before we begin to see if anyone has any questions. So if you have a question, write it in the chat now. And if anyone in the Zoom room has questions, let me know. So somebody whose username is 3 Explosions says, do you have a name or can I call you Bestie? So yeah, Edith is my name. You can call me Bestie if you want. In English, we say a bestie is like a best friend. It's a nickname for a best friend. I'm good, Omar. How are you? Ayush asks, where am I from? I'm from England, but based in South Africa. Let me know where you are from, Ayush. It's always interesting to find out about everyone from all over the world joining in the chat. It's very exciting. And Shohal, same to you. Good evening, Khan. Kamalini says, I'm in a dilemma. So choose is the verb. The choice is the noun. So you have a dilemma with your choice of study courses. Okay, interesting. So be more specific. Give us more information, Kamalini. There's so many great people in the chat and in the Zoom room joining in this live class. So I'm sure someone will be able to help you. Somebody might have.
Ma'am, I'm facing problem to read the chat. It's not visible to me.
Okay, interesting. Is that how are you accessing the chat? Is it on a phone?
No, ma'am. On this session, like previously, I used to see all the chat, but now it's not visible. Maybe due to some technical issue.
Yeah, maybe you need to update
Yeah,
something.
Raji.
Yeah, Gijam.
Yeah, you just mail it to them.
Just
Okay.
click it,
Yeah,
the chat icon.
that no, not like that. Sometimes there will be some technical glitch. Maybe if you can mail it to them, they will get it all right.
I'm just
Yeah.
You
using
know
my
the mail
phone to
ID,
attend the
right?
class.
Yes, it's there.
You
Yeah,
know the
so
mail ID, na, Raji?
Yeah, I'll check. It's there, Gija, I guess. It's
Yeah,
provided.
yeah. Just send a mail. I've sent a lot of mails to them.
What I thought, like
Sometimes the
in my
same
previous
problem.
session, I
Yeah.
used to read the chat as well while learning, and I was replying on the chat. So I thought that they stopped my chat. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So that I
No,
should
I
not
also
divert from
faced
learning.
this issue many times.
Okay.
yeah, so try different things. Maybe try a few different settings. Email as well. The technical email
Like,
address. To see if
did
they
you
have.
join that? Yeah, did you join that class, Raji?
Which one?
Namta ma'am's class?
Morning class, you are telling? 10
No,
o'clock?
5 o'clock class.
No, I didn't. Because it was quite
Okay.
easy. The explanation, like, sorry, thank you. So I thought not to join.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. But
I
still,
have
we were
joined it.
not able to
5
join to
o'clock.
the class.
Yeah.
Almost half an hour has gone. Yeah, that's why I said.
But in the morning, we join at 1 o'clock, and it was
Mm-hmm.
really nice talking to her. We discuss about
Mm.
different climate. You were there?
Yeah. That was 11 o'clock session, I think, right?
Not 11, not 11, 12,
Uh,
at 12.
12 o'clock. Sorry, 12 o'clock
Yeah.
session. Yeah,
So
I
we
joined
discuss
a little
really
late.
very good words there. And we had a good
Correct. I've
discussion.
seen.
Like,
I was attended that class, but not as a speaker. Just I attended because I joined very late. It was around 45 something. So I don't know attend live class. So I have listened all those things.
yeah, we really had a good
Probably
discussion.
yeah, correct. You send a mail to them, Raji. Probably it would be all right, I
Okay,
think.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, ma'am, for
No
taking your
problem.
time.
No problem. So I'm also waiting for Camilini to reply because I think he has a big issue that he wants help with. So if you tell us what your choice of study courses is between, and if we have people who have experience in those courses, maybe they can give you some more advice. Shadab says, I understand English, but I don't speak English. What do I do? Yeah, so that is quite common at the early stages of learning. So you're starting to understand. You can you're able to understand the main thing that's being said, maybe not all words. It's also because you're maybe not practicing speaking enough. So if you spend most of your time doing other kinds of activities, so reading, listening, more passive activities where you're taking in the information and not producing it yourself, not writing or speaking, then those are things that you need to work on. So have a go at copying the things that you understand and you hear. Try and use them in another situation. Maybe you can write them down with writing exercises. You can practice them with speaking with other people. So Sanchi, it's all about practicing speaking more and learning whole phrases that you're listening to, that you understand. Try first repeating those in speaking exercises. So don't worry at this stage about creating new sentences. Just focus on learning whole sentences that you can repeat. And once you have started getting used to speaking, then you can start trying to do new things. That's the next stage. But first, just practice speaking. So that's advice, Shadab. So you can do that with other learners. If you are struggling to find other people to practice speaking with, then writing is the next best thing. But you can also practice saying those things out loud.
Ma'am, I want to ask you the same question.
Yeah.
What do you like to do during rainy season?
The rainy season. When
Yeah.
it rains, I like to, sometimes I like walking if it's light rain. Sometimes it can be nice. When I was living in England, I was in Manchester, so that's up north, and it's very rainy a lot. So you don't really have a choice to stay indoors if you need to do something sometimes, because it rains most of the year. So I'm used to a bit of rain. But if I have to stay inside, then I like just watching TV, drinking hot drinks, doing something cozy and warm, cooking, baking, things like that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, ma'am.
Mhm.
One more question. I
Yeah.
like to, ma'am, like I want to frame sentence. When it's rain, I just don't want to get up from my bed. I want to be in my bed all time. So can we say the sentence in different ways? And she used, I don't want to go out. I want to hibernate in bed. So instead of
Yeah.
ma'am hibernate, is there any other word that we can fix there that we can use?
You can say, I want to stay in bed all day. We often say that, just stay in bed.
Stay in bed. Okay.
I mean, rainy days, I just like to cuddle with my dogs.
Ah, lovely.
You are too. Yeah. He pampers his dog a lot.
Yeah, I just love them.
That's good.
But it's great to have that. You're lucky to have that. It's like having a big cuddly toy that you can cuddle with.
Yeah.
So it's
Jonathan, do you have cat and dog both?
Yeah, a Persian cat and 2 Belgian shepherds.
Wow.
That's nice.
Great.
Yeah, those are like, it's like, to me, that's the best combination. Persian cats are so fluffy. Are they long haired Persian cats or short hair?
Long haired, ma'am. I just
Okay.
love
Do
long
you?
hair. They're so fluffy.
So who is
Yeah.
taking care of the pets?
Of course, me.
Okay, that's good because we like to play, but sometimes we don't like to clean their. Okay, that's
I
the
know.
thing.
That's been hard times.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, having a pet is hard work, but I think you get so
Yeah.
rewarded for it. Yeah.
But I train them to potty. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
potty
Oh,
train them.
That's a really difficult task to train a pet.
Yeah. I just used to watch videos on YouTube and just try them out.
How the
excellent.
things change now. We like to watch the videos, what we have, what we want to learn. Otherwise, we won't take interest in such videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's such a skill to be able to train an animal. That's I think a very useful skill. It's sort of a bit like teaching. You're learning that skill of what you need to do to adapt to help your animal. It's amazing that you've been able to train them. Not everyone is good at that. So well done, Jonathan. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
That's very cool. And Belgian Shepherds are quite unique. Lovely.
But ma'am, sometimes it's difficult to manage cat and dog both
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
No, my
Jonathan.
cat just used to sleep on my couch. My dogs are just sleeping on my rug. Both of my dogs. So there's never been a fight between my cat and my dogs.
Okay, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Because I raised them, both of my dogs and my cats when they are pups and kitten.
Oh, so they're friends with each other. They get on well. That's
Yeah,
lovely.
they've grown together. So no
Oh,
fighting.
lovely. Very cute. Sanchi, if you have a question, you can unmute yourself. You can ask. Don't be afraid to interrupt. Or as we said a couple of lessons ago, I told you the phrase
I just
butt
listen
in.
I just listen the conversation, ma'am.
Okay, but do you have any questions?
I don't know what class is going on. Just a
Okay.
conversation or something else?
No, we will be. At the moment, we're
Speaking
doing
practice.
conversation. At the moment, but we are in a couple of minutes, Sanchi, we will do idioms. We're going to be doing idioms to express emotions.
Okay.
So we'll do that in 2 minutes. I'm just answering some questions, waiting for the chat, for everyone in the chat to finish asking
I
their questions.
always butt into all teachers, but politely I will butt in and I ask for permission.
So no, it's fine. Definitely interrupt. That's fine. I want to be more specific about butt in. Usually we use it when you're interrupting a conversation that's already going on. So not just when someone's talking, like I am talking to the to all of you. I mean to a one-on-one conversation usually. But butt in you can say just to interrupt.
But sometimes it is very essential to butt in someone conversation to clarify your doubts.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, somebody might yeah, if you have a question or if you have a doubt about something, definitely interrupt to make sure that you'll get your question asked. And I think in lessons it's very important, always ask questions when you're not sure.
Ma'am, I have one confusion. Somebody we use in positive sentence and anybody we use in negative sentence.
Yeah, so I'm just writing that on the screen. You said so somebody is usually when you're talking about one particular person. You can use it as a question to mean that you're looking for one person, but it's usually that you're looking for one specific person. So you might say, can somebody help me? So you are looking for one person to help you, a specific person, usually. But when you say anybody, can anybody help me? You don't mind who it is.
Somebody is writing something. I think Sarah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
Is
late.
that Sarah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fine. Sorry, you haven't missed anything. We're
Sorry.
just catching up.
Yeah.
But
I'm
Yes,
why
ma'am.
is
Hello.
she not
Hello,
speaking?
ma'am.
She
I
loves
think
writing
Hello.
because she loves writing.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think
She learned those colorful
Hello.
thing, I think.
Hi,
Right?
Abe, do you have
Yeah,
a question?
she draws very well.
What is
Interfere
your
with,
question?
ma'am.
Yes,
Interfere.
what's your question, Abe?
But in interfere.
Button. So when you
Yes,
say button, is that what you
Interfere.
asked?
Interfere with.
Yeah, to interrupt a conversation. If you butt in, you're interrupting a conversation. So yes, spelled like this, but so you can say
Interfere.
he always butts in to our conversation. He always interrupts or stops our conversation. Yeah, you can say that. So it means to interrupt, but butt in is more of a negative thing, which we use when somebody is interrupting a conversation that's going on between two people. Interrupt is in general. So butt in is more negative. Yeah?
Instead of interruption, we can use buts, right?
Instead of? Sorry, can you repeat it? Instead of interruption?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say he always interrupts, and interruption is the noun. So we actually use butts in as a verb.
No. I'm saying to. I want to say. Sorry to interrupt you. So then we can say sorry to butt you.
You can say sorry to butt in. Sorry to butt in.
Butts in. Okay.
Like, ma'am,
Sorry to
I don't like someone but in my life.
Yeah, you can actually say that. I don't like someone butting in my life. Yeah, getting involved in something that's not to do with them. Yeah, so it's usually a negative thing and it's quite informal. So don't use it when you aren't talking to someone in a
the
very
formal
casual.
places.
Yes, don't use it in formal places. But yes, it can mean I don't like somebody getting involved in my life. So it usually is to talk about a conversation, but in the sense of your life, you're talking about an activity. So they're interrupting that activity, that thing. Does that make sense? Your life, they're interrupting what you're doing in life. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so it's, I don't like someone butting in my life. Yeah, interrupting my life, getting involved. And yeah, so it can have those two meanings. So yeah, it's usually a negative meaning most of the time. So I'm just going to answer Jaspreet's question about somebody and anybody.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Now it's
yeah,
clear.
so
Somebody we use for one person and anybody to more than one person.
yeah, it's not to, we can say to a lot of people, can somebody help me? But then we're looking for someone. If we say, can anybody help me? We're looking for anyone. So it's like we sort of have, when someone, we're looking for a particular person. Our goal is a particular person. In this case, we probably don't know who that person is, but we're phrasing it as if there is someone who can help you. If you say, can anybody help me? It's more open. It's more open. Does that make sense? So somebody and anybody are sort of the pronouns of someone and anyone.
Ma'am, if I say, I don't know, somebody enter my room.
We wouldn't say, is that if somebody did go inside your room and you don't know who it was?
Yes, ma'am.
You would say, I don't know who entered my room. I don't know who entered my room.
Okay, ma'am.
I don't know who entered my room. But because you're expressing that you don't know the person, you don't know their identity. But you could say, I think somebody entered my room. I think somebody entered my room. We wouldn't say anybody in that case. Because we know that it's probably one person. If it was more than one person, we might say, I think some people entered my room. So we would sort of make it plural. We wouldn't just say somebody. So anybody and somebody both refer to one person, but with somebody, we have more of an identity to that person. But anybody is out of lots of options. We're opening it up. Does that answer your question, Jaspreet?
Yes, ma'am. Somebody is specific, but anybody is not specific.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little bit more to it than that. So we can go over it as well if some ideas come up. If you have any more questions, but somebody is replacing someone in question forms, anybody replacing anyone. Yeah.
In the ma'am, someone and anyone, both sense are same, like somebody and anybody.
Yeah, so someone means someone. I'm looking for one person. Anyone, I'm looking for one person out of lots of options. I don't care who it is, but I just want someone to do that. I just want anyone to do that task. Any of those people, any of those options. So there is a very little difference between them. It can seem very confusing.
And someone helps me to learn English.
Yeah.
You can use it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Someone helps me. You might say, how do you learn English? Someone helps me. You're talking about one person in particular.
Can we say in this, ma'am, I'm looking for someone who can repair it?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you're looking for a particular person. Yeah, I'm looking for someone who can repair it. Yeah, exactly.
Is there any criteria to use someone in positive sentence and anyone in negative sentence?
Not really. It's not really a difference between positive and negative. It's more about having a specific person in mind or opening your options up. You might say, I'm looking for someone who is a plumber who can repair my sink. You probably have in mind someone who is good at that job. If you say, I'm looking for anyone who can repair it, you don't care who it is, you don't care their background, you don't care, anyone will do. You're opening your options up. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. And like
Okay.
everybody and everyone. Everybody means more than one person, and everyone is only one person.
Everyone and everybody are a little bit more similar. They have a very similar meaning because you have that every in the front of it. So everyone, everybody can be used interchangeably sometimes. You can swap them. You might say, does everyone understand? Does everybody understand? So sometimes you can use them to mean the same thing.
Everybody is understand that topic, and everyone is understand that topic.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
ma'am, sometimes like if I say the marriage was attended by everyone, so here I can't say everybody.
Yeah, so there are times when you can't use one or the other, but there are times when you can. So yes, when you're saying everyone, you're referring to a group of people that you're talking about. Everybody implies people that you wouldn't know in that situation. So yes, there's a reason why they're different. You can't distinguish between the meaning, but there are times when they can be swapped around. So what I'm saying is they're very similar. The difference is very small between them. It's not like the difference between somebody and anybody, which has a much bigger difference in meaning. Does that make sense?
Ma'am,
Yes,
could you
ma'am.
tell any sentence, good sentence with everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody enjoy this class. Everybody are enjoying this
Yeah.
class.
Yeah,
We can
that's,
say
yeah,
everyone
everybody did
also,
this.
right?
Yeah, everyone enjoys the class. Everyone enjoyed the class.
Yeah, when you're saying everyone enjoyed the class, you're referring to specific people that you know about. Out of that, the group of people that you're talking about, everyone. Everybody is more everyone to do with that thing.
We can mention this also, na ma'am. Each and
Everyone means,
everyone is
ma'am,
attending
each
the
of one,
class.
and everybody means all of one, no?
No, each
Sorry,
and
repeat that.
everyone is also there, no? That is also, can we mention it?
Okay. So here the
Each
context
and
it can come.
everyone.
Everyone means here we are familiar with the person, and when we use everybody, it might possible that we are familiar or we may not.
Yeah.
Sorry, repeat the sentence. Can you repeat the sentence, Raji?
Yes, ma'am. When we say everyone, we are familiar with each and every people, everyone present there. And when we say everybody, it's not necessary we are familiar with everyone.
So the difference isn't that big there. You can it's not the difference between family and who you know. It's not about that. The meaning is very similar. You can use both basically. It's just about how we which one we're more likely to do for which sentences, which kind of sentences, which sounds better. Okay. So sometimes everybody will be more used at the end of a sentence. Sometimes everyone is more used at the beginning. Often everybody is what we say more. We speak it more. We use it more when we're speaking. And everyone we use more when we're writing. So the meanings can be swapped. Sometimes it just doesn't sound as good if we use one or the other, because it sounds better to use one, and it sort of adds to the meaning a little bit more. But the basic meaning of everybody and everyone is the same. So there isn't too much of a difference. It's not.
Okay, ma'am.
It's
Ma'am,
not.
but
Yeah.
ma'am, which auxiliary verb we use? Everybody is. Everyone is.
Yeah. We say everyone is. Everybody is. Yeah. So it's the same.
Yes, ma'am. Hello,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Abhay. Yeah.
Everybody attend the meeting.
Yeah. You can.
Everybody attend the meeting.
Yeah. Everybody attended. We'd normally say that when we wrote it, we'd probably say everyone. It just looks better.
Everybody attend the meeting today.
Yeah, everyone attended the meeting
The
today.
meeting today.
But
Yeah.
I guess, ma'am, everyone is more formal than everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
we can use.
Yeah, exactly, Raji. That's a good way of explaining it. It's not more formal that you can't use it, that you have to, that it's going to, that you can't use one or the other in a formal setting. It's not going to be wrong. It's not wrong in any way, or it's not offensive in any way. But everyone is more often used for written, more often written than everybody. So yes, it does sound a little bit better, a little bit more formal. So that is one way you can distinguish it. You can see that difference, that we're more likely to write with it. So definitely if you're writing things, use everyone more. But it's also just, yeah.
What is meaning of celibacy? Celibacy.
Celibacy.
Yeah.
It's to do with not having sex before marriage, usually.
Okay.
But if you're celibate, you just don't have sex.
Okay.
So some people say, I choose to be celibate before marriage.
The meaning of off?
Of? Sorry, Jonathan, it cut out. Can you repeat it? Okay, hopefully his connection will start. Yeah, Ayesha's in a sentence, we normally use everyone. Yeah, when you're writing it, yeah. Yeah, Nihal, everybody is scared of this COVID-19 virus. Everyone is scared of this COVID-19 virus, yeah. You can use both. Some people prefer one or the other, so that's sort of their own choice. It might sound better to their ear as well.
Ma'am,
Everyone has to attend.
Everyone and everybody depend on context. Which context are you speaking?
Yeah.
It can do. I mean, everyone. It's more about what sounds better, what's more formal, what's more written, what people use more than the other. I think I use everyone more than I use everybody. That's just sort of me, but you can swap them.
Ma'am, can you please, could you please give us some information on the infinitive form of verb? And in infinitive form, sometimes we use ing to the verb. When to use ing to the verb? Like to going, generally we use to go. And sometimes we use to going with to. So could you explain the difference in two sentences by giving some examples?
Yes, I think to going means at particular time we are going, or in future we use going.
No, it's advanced. No, it's quite different. It's not like that. Because I asked to ma'am and she said that topic is quite advanced. Like I don't have the sentence, ma'am, but I know.
Yeah, we don't often say to going. We won't say to going. We won't put a to in front of going. We usually put it afterwards. I'm going to.
No, ma'am, that's not the topic. I want the topic like infinitive form of verb first. And in infinitive form of verb, like what is rule for infinitive? To and base form of verb. To go, to study, to eat. Okay, but sometimes we add ing
because
to the verb.
because that is stative form, like love plus ing. like hate plus ing. There are some stative words you have to use the ing form.
Yeah, there's different reasons why you add the ing. So actually a couple of lessons ago, I can't remember the exact date, but we did verb patterns. I'm not sure, Raji, if you were you there for verb patterns, where I talked about exactly sort of these things. Maybe this is when you asked the question about when you have the infinitive verb, when you have the ing form, because it's usually when you have more than one verb. That's usually when you have the ing form. So the ing form that we add to a verb usually turns it into a noun. We call it the gerund. So eat, to eat, I eat, you eat, but eating is a noun. It's the name for the action. It's not the action itself. So eating is a noun. So we use it. Somebody gave a good example. I'm eating, Kamalini says, I'm eating mango right now. Do you like mangoes? I love mangoes. I absolutely love mangoes. So I am eating. We have two verbs there. We have am, to be, and we have eat. So we change it, eating, into its ing form, because it's not very common to have two verbs next to each other when they're in the same form. So I think, I'm not sure if you were there, Reggie, for verb patterns. Maybe go have a look back at those. It was a couple of lessons ago. Maybe if somebody watched it, they'll know the date. If you can tell me in the chat, maybe.
Okay, ma'am, I got
But
my
yes,
question.
so
Like what I wanted to ask is different, ma'am. The question is, see, please write down, ma'am. He used to,
yeah,
he used to working in the morning. Sorry, he used to working at night. Working,
so that's
ma'am.
incorrect. We don't say he used to working. That's
No, no,
We can
incorrect.
say
We
he
shouldn't
is
say he's
working
used
at
to.
night.
Yeah, correct usage is, ma'am, he
Yeah.
used to work. But I asked to teacher, ma'am, why there is working written. Correct, because in this app there is one question, ma'am. He used to working at night and used to wake up in the morning, like used to get up late in the morning. The sentence was like that. So she said it's stating about the habit of person, that he has night shift.
Yes,
That's
used
why
to.
he used to working at night.
I think there might have been a mistake there.
Okay.
Okay, there's two things you can say. You can say he is used to working at night, which is something that's normal for him. He is familiar with it, it means. So he is used to work, he is familiar with it. He is okay with it. It's normal for him. So that means he finds it normal, or he thinks it's normal, is normal to work at night. It is familiar for him. It is his normal routine. It is something that he is not surprised by doing. It is familiar to him. That's fine. He is used to working at night. So we say he is used to working. We couldn't say he used to working. That's incorrect. We would say he used to work at night. Then we're talking about the past. He used to work at night.
Yeah.
Means in the past, it was his pattern to work at night. In the past, he worked at night.
And
so
if
those
we
should be the
use
only two options. He is
correct, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like as you said, he used to work at night. It's showing his past action. And when we use he used to
Yeah.
working at night, it's showing at the present moment how he is
Okay, but
doing work.
But you're missing out the is. If you don't have the is, it's wrong. You can't say he used to working. That's wrong. You have to say he is used to working. It's wrong to say he used to working.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. You have to say he is used to working, because he is, you have the subject, he is. That's necessary. So you have the subject, you have the verb, Used to working is its own phrase to mean he is familiar. He does it a lot. He works at night a lot. So that's its
For him, it's
own
normal.
separate sentence. Yeah,
Okay.
but you have to have the is. If you don't say the is, it doesn't sound right. You can't say he used to working at night. Maybe there was a mistake, maybe there was a misunderstanding, but you can't say he used to working. He is used to working at night.
Auxiliary is necessary.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Auxiliary is necessary, you are saying. Auxiliary verb is needed. He
So here
is
it's
used
not,
to.
yeah. Here it's the is not acting as an auxiliary. It's sort of the main verb actually. He is.
Okay.
The used to, it's like saying he is familiar. This is sort of the adjective. You can think of it as an adjective phrase, but it has verbs in it. That's a better way to think of it. So don't think of the is as an auxiliary. It's sort of the main verb. He is, what is he? He is familiar with something. He is happy to work at night. So it's an adjective phrase. So this is actually the main verb. The is. So it's very crucial. It's very important. Does that make sense?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Got it. Understood, ma'am.
Great. So let's have a look at some of the idioms. No problem, Harpreet. Welcome back. It's been a while. Welcome. I'm very glad to have you back in the class. I hope that you've been well. Camelini says, could you please give some advanced idioms? Yeah, so we're going to look at idioms now that are very high level, C1, C2 level. But maybe you've seen them before, so maybe they will actually not be too difficult for you. Kashinath says, my picture's not visible. Try refreshing the screen. That will help, maybe.
Ma'am,
if
it's
not,
because you were
rejoin.
displaying a screen, ma'am.
Okay, and so maybe you only saw a small picture, or you saw my screen. Okay. So Ayush has this similar question that somebody else a while ago. I think it was Raji about, is there any other way of saying get to the point? Yeah, so, okay, Kashinath can see me, great. Yeah, so you can just say get to the point. That works.
Oh, you are usable, madam.
Okay, great, great.
Yes.
Do you have any questions, Kashinath?
Right now, I have no any question, madam.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, sometimes using bean confusing me. Bean, B-E-E-N, bean. V-E-E-N, bean.
V-E-E-L?
N, bean.
Be and bean, ma'am.
Oh, bean?
Be and past
bean.
participle form of be and bean.
So sometimes using of bean is confusing me. Bean, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, who is scribbling on the screen, ma'am?
Yeah, so bean is very difficult. There's lots of ways to use it. We can look at sort of helping verbs as a topic. He has been. So when you use been, you usually use it with has. It's a past action that is still, that is relevant to the present, or that is still true in the present. So there's a link between the past action that happened and the present. So you can say he has been to.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Like you are giving us freedom But there is some student like Sarah, sorry to say, but she's taking undue advantage of it.
No, it's
In
fine.
other
I've already said.
session, ma'am, she never behaves in this way, ma'am.
No,
Only
it's
in
fine.
your session, she is writing on the screen because she's very bright student, ma'am.
Yes, I've said to Sarah that I'm very happy for her to draw her pictures because I think they're lovely. So she knows that it's okay. Other people are writing, it's fine. As long as everyone can still see what I'm writing, it's fine. If I have a problem with it, I have the ability to stop people from writing on the screen. So it's okay for now.
Yeah. Do you have that option, ma'am?
Yes, I do. So it's fine.
Okay, ma'am.
So we might say he has been to Africa because once he's done it, once you've done something, it's always true that you did it. If I visit a country, it's always true that in the past I visited that place. So I can say I have been there before. He has been to Africa before. It will always be true. So we use been to talk about something in the past that links to the present. That is always true in the present. So I might say, I ate spaghetti yesterday. Or I ate rice yesterday. That was one moment in time. So I'm talking about one action. So I don't need to say I have eaten rice or I have yeah, so I have eaten rice is the eaten is the form that been is in. So been is a form of to be for the past. Or I could say yesterday I was tired. I don't need to use been because it was one moment in time. But it's true that I have had the experience of being tired. I have experienced that before. So if I wanted to say that I have had that experience, because it's always true, I use the past tense with been to show that it's still true today. I have been tired before. Never in my life have I always been awake. So it's to show something in the past which is still true today. Does that help, Abe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So I will do a lesson when we summarize tenses, and I'll show you diagrams to make it clearer. But I'm just showing it quickly now. But yeah, well, I'll show diagrams that really explain it.
One sentence, ma'am. I have
Yeah?
one.
Sure.
I have one sentence. I have been trying my best.
You would say I have tried my best. I have tried my best. Because
I have been trying my best. Correct. Is correct.
Yes, I have been trying my best, you can say, because if you're still trying your best.
Yes, sentence is correct or wrong?
Yes, I will write it on the screen. So yeah, I have been trying my best. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
So let's draw it on a timeline to show when that's true. So if you have, let's see, this is the present. This is the past. And at this point, you started trying and you are still trying. So you started something in the past and it's still happening now in the present. So we have this link between the past and the present. So you are still trying in the present. So I have been trying. Something that started in the past and is still true now or is still happening. So yes, it's right, Abe. Does that help?
True sentence.
Yes, good sentence. Yeah.
What if we say he has been to London and he had been to London?
Yes, he had been is when it's sort of no longer. He had been is something that happened previously before another thing. So you might say he had been to London when something happened. So it's because you're about to introduce something else in the past that happened. He had been to London. So it's a little bit more complicated, but the most common way that we use it is this. When something starts in the past and comes to the present. Yes. Well,
Yeah,
I'll go. Yeah?
Yeah. I know that had is the past form of has, right?
Yeah.
But if we translate it, we just see it in the same way: has been and have been, had been.
Okay. Yes, it's different. Yeah. Because by
Has
changing,
is the present.
Yeah.
Present one from the present. Has been means he has doing it and he has doing it and he has doing it from the past, like, right? Has been.
Yeah. So you have that link with the has been, it's the link to the present. With had been, you have two moments in the past. So we could put it.
We only use had when we need to explain any past thing. Otherwise, we use has been.
Yeah. So you could say I had been trying when I had been trying to run every day, but then I broke my leg. So these are two things that happened in the past. You first started trying to run every day, and second, you broke your leg. So that's the link between two events, but the two events are in the past. Trying to run every day and broke my leg. So we're introducing two things in the past. So the connection, the been, is because it's connecting. It was still true when something else in the past happened. So the been is when we're linking between more than one time. Okay. When you use this kind of tense, yes, the perfect tense, when you're using this kind of verb form, I have been doing, or I had eaten. When you're using have with a past tense verb, it's because you're connecting between two times. So had been is two times in the past, have been is one time in the past and one time in the present. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah. Can we make sentence in this way? I have been trying my best to convince her, but she's not ready to patch up.
Yeah. Excellent. I have been trying. I've been trying constantly up until now, but it's not working. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so let's have a quick look. So yeah, Ayush asked, is there any other way to say get to the point? Exactly, Karish, cut to the chase. I think we mentioned that in a previous lesson, cut to the chase. Get to the point, cut to the chase. Yeah. Kamalini says, have you ever been to South Korea? No, I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. This is favorite for Garima ma'am. Is she there? Cut to the chase. Last time she told us about cut to the chase.
Yes, it was Girija who asked.
My name, Girija Raji.
Yes, Girija.
But you called me different, right?
No, Girija. I said Girija.
Girija only. Okay. Yeah, this was my favorite one. No,
Yes.
generally I like idioms. Yeah, I have a lot of idioms with me.
Yeah. So we're
Good.
about to
I
do some
I
more
try
idioms
to
as well.
apply. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear you.
We're going to do more idioms, so you like that hopefully.
Yeah, sure. I love to.
Elephant in the room.
Say it again, Abe.
Elephant in the room. Elephant
Elephant
in
in
the
the room.
home.
An elephant
room.
in the room. Yes, an obvious thing that people are trying to avoid. So sort of something
It is actually elephant in the room is something
that people are trying to avoid. So
no.
yeah. So it's usually a big and important issue.
Maybe it's
So it might be pardon? Yeah. So
elephant in the room in the sense so much of problem. Yeah, right, ma'am?
It's a big important issue, you can say, or problem that people are trying to avoid. So yeah, you might say let's all face the elephant in the room. For example, maybe there's a you can say let's all face the elephant in the room and discuss coronavirus or something like that. Something people are trying to avoid talking about it, but it's a really big issue. Sort of, you can feel it. People are thinking about it. It might be on everyone's mind, an issue or a problem that's on everyone's mind, but nobody wants to talk about it. So somebody might say, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, or what's the elephant in the room? Yeah. So great idiom.
Ma'am?
Abe. Yeah?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of sat on the fence?
Yeah, we say sitting on the fence. Yeah, sitting on the fence is to not take a side. Or he was sat on the fence in the past, you can say. Or he sat on the fence about the issue. It's to not take a side in an issue.
Being
to not
neutral.
Yeah, to be neutral, exactly. To be neutral in an argument, in a war, or to not have an opinion.
I have a very good sentence for it, ma'am. Whenever there is argument between me and my mother-in-law, my hubby always sit on the fence.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, definitely. He's going to want to sit on the fence and not pick a side. Yeah, exactly. Great example. Ayush says, if I were in Africa, then I would speak English like you. Yeah. You can say if I were or if I was, either is fine.
Ma'am?
Yeah, Sarah?
My friend or my neighbor have a young sister and she always cry on little things. So if she cries on something wrong, my neighbor take her side. So should I say to her, sat on the fence?
So your neighbor cries and what happens?
No. My neighbor have a young sister. She cries always and she takes her side.
Okay, so she takes her sister's side, and you think she shouldn't take her sister's side.
So that means the phrase is happening here.
Yes, to not take a side, not when you've got a choice between two people, not to take somebody's side when you're looking after them or being nice to them. Not like that. Sorry, hold on. Let me just drink some water.
Okay.
It's when you have two people to choose between or two opinions. So maybe it's like if you are watching a sports game, a cricket match, and there are two teams playing. If you sit on the fence, you don't choose a team. So it's when you have two choices. It's not about looking after someone or being kind to them when they're upset. That's a different thing. So you could say that your neighbor is kind to her sister, or she looks after her, or she's always there for her.
Yes.
So she's being a good sister. But we could say that she sits on the fence if she had a sister and a brother who fought, and she didn't want to say that one was right and the other was wrong. So she keeps out of it. So not getting involved in arguments or choosing who to support out of two options.
Can we say in this way, all mothers have to sit on the fence when their children ask the question, who is your favorite son? Who is your favorite kid?
Yeah, it sort of works. It's more that they're not choosing to say. So it's slightly different because they're not choosing between, they're just deciding not to say it. So it'd be more, sorry, my throat is very dry. It would probably be better to say that mothers always sit on the fence when their children argue. They don't. Yeah. That would be
sometimes
that would
it
make
happens,
more sense.
ma'am. In childhood, we used to ask your mother, who is your favorite kid? He, me, choose between one. So
yeah, exactly.
That time she became neutral. She did not have the answer who is her favorite, because for her everyone is equal. All the kids are equal for her.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a perfect phrase. Camillini has written about Roald Dahl, George's Marvelous Medicine, and said it's a great book, and your sister gave it to you. It's such a great, he's such a great writer, Roald Dahl. Yeah, if you like rhymes, if you want to find out about English rhymes, I actually really recommend Roald Dahl. He's really had a really interesting life as well. I'm recently listening to his autobiography, and he fought in the war, in World War II. He was actually a very, very interesting man. So I really recommend all his books.
I read that one, ma'am, The Charlie and the Giant Factory.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, it's a wonderful story.
No, The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and the Peach and the Giant Peach.
They're sort of classics, childhood classics. I really recommend it for you, Sarah. I really recommend you read Roald Dahl, Sarah. I think you will like it.
Okay, ma'am.
If you
I painted a drawing of Radha and Krishna.
Ah, lovely. Do you want to show us?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please share with us. Yes, you can.
That's incredible, Sarah.
I can't see, ma'am.
I'm going to spotlight Sarah's so you can see. Can everyone see?
Wow. Superb, Sarah.
That's lovely.
Amazing. Very, very good.
I can't see.
Very nice.
So
very
you are
good,
too good
You're
at
an
drawing.
amazing writer.
You can definitely
You
do
can be
something
a
in your
painter.
drawing. Yes, she
Sarah,
can.
how old are you?
I am 9 years old.
That's definitely not 9-year-old couldn't draw that.
I love the
It's too
style
good.
that you've written. The style of the faces is lovely, Sarah. Very lovely. You've got your own style already.
Abstract paintings.
Pardon?
I made abstract painting of them.
Excellent. Yeah, it's sort of abstract. It's beautiful. I think it's very good. It's a very unique style. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to have to go soon because I have a lesson. Let's look at one idiom to do with emotion.
Hello,
and we'll
ma'am.
have a rest.
Hello.
Look at the rest next time. Yeah? Who's that speaking?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Abe.
I have one sentence, ma'am.
Yeah?
Who has disturbed you? Who has disturbing you?
Yeah, who has disturbed you? Yeah.
No, who has disturbing you?
We wouldn't say disturbing. We would say who has been
who has been disturbing you?
Yeah, who has been disturbing you? Yeah, so we change the verb to an ing form when we use has been or have plus been. Yeah, who has been disturbing. So that's the rule. Have in its changed form plus been plus the ing. Who has been eating all the food, we sometimes say. Who's been eating all the chocolate? If you keep snacks to share in the house and somebody's finished all the chocolate or the biscuits, who has been eating all the biscuits or all the chocolate? Who has been disturbing you? Yeah, who's been bothering you? It means they're still doing it now. Who's been eating all the chocolate? Who's been constantly eating all the chocolate? Yeah, excellent, Abe. Okay, any more questions?
Thank you.
No problem. Great sentence. Well done. Okay. Okay. So let's have a look at one of the idioms and we'll look at the rest next time. So have a look at this picture before we look at the idiom and think about the meaning. I want to ask you the question, have a think about it. How do you handle criticism? So to handle it means how do you deal with criticism or negative feedback?
Sorry, ma'am, my line got disconnected. What were you saying?
So have a look at this picture and I'm asking the question, how do you deal with criticism or negative feedback? How do you handle it? How do you deal with people telling you that you've done badly or giving you, saying that you didn't do something so well? So have a look at this picture. What ideas come to mind? Think about that question. While you're thinking about that, before you answer, before you tell me, have a go at telling me in the chat. But before you do, I'm going to answer Ty's question. Ty asked you, be naive. You can say you have been naive. When you want to tell someone that from some time in the past until now, they are naive. They started being naive or believing something, being innocent in a way, not realizing something that they should have known. And you say in the past, and up until now, up until I'm telling you, you have been naive. So for all that time, they've been naive. So yes, you have to have the have with been. We always need to have a form of have.
What is naive?
Innocent.
Sorry, repeat that again.
Innocent.
Innocent. Yeah, naive is innocent, or it's more that when you are unaware of something, you might be gullible as well. The word gullible means you believed something too easily.
In Hindi we say ma'am bhola bhala person.
Yeah, so somebody who believes things that are untrue or they're easy to convince. They don't have a good judgment about something because they're innocent or because they are too trusting. They believed something. Kamilini, do you have a question, Kamilini? Let me know. There's lots of, yes, Sarah?
What is the meaning of criticism?
Criticism is negative feedback. So when somebody tells you something bad about something you've done or some work you've done. So how do you deal when not harassment. Harassment is when someone is trying to upset you. They're trying to constantly upset you. But criticism is when they are looking at something, some work that you've done or something you've written or at your job. Your boss might give you, say something isn't good. So it's instead of saying that you did well, they might say, I think that you need to do better. I think you need to work harder, or that maybe isn't the best. Can you rewrite that? Something like that. So they're not happy with something that you've done and they think you can do it differently or better. So they're telling you how to do it better sometimes.
So is it a homework for us for next week? I mean, for our next
No,
session?
I want you to tell me now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I want you to tell me now. How do you deal with that?
Yeah. I'll find
So
some more idioms
how do you
also.
handle criticism? How do you
How
deal
do you
with
handle
criticism?
criticism?
May I?
Yeah.
Ma'am?
May I?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Everyone.
want to
Yeah.
answer.
Raji, go,
How
go.
Okay, how do you deal with
Yeah.
criticism? So it totally depends. If the criticism is true and positive, I will take it positively because it's giving me chance to improve. So instead of annoying on the other person, I will thank the person. Okay, at least they highlight that lacuna in me, shortcomings in me. And if the criticism is not good, it's negative criticism, and it's like it's not in like negative criticism means I'm right though the person is criticizing me. So I sometimes I ignore it, ma'am, but if it's repeating, so I will give them answer, and though they are not listening, I will just ignore because I don't want to waste time on them because I know that's a wrong criticism.
Yeah.
Ma'am, may I?
Okay. So you either, yeah, Sarah?
How do you handle?
Yeah.
No. So can I speak?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you handle criticism?
What is it?
When my father told that you have to do it better, then I will try to do it better. But if my father will say that you disappointed me, first I will be controlled